David, I've built a model of Captain Torres and 3 strikes. Based on your hypothesis and mission parameters
from the past, I ran a precision combat simulation. But it failed.
Bummer. Why didn't it work?
Reasons in sensuous order are: 1. Your hypothesis is trash. 2. The parameters you gave me are trash.
Did I do something to tick you off?
3. Captain Torres is a singularity.
So the values diverge. But what about this one? 4. 3 strikes is a singularity.
That's outside the confidence interval. The possibility that it's 1, 2, or 3 is 99%.
What?
Significance is high.
Try this. This is 3 strikes data before he's assigned to the LRSSG.
The Erusian military is gathering its remaining naval forces at Anchorhead Bay. Apparently, they're even bringing in ships from the Mothball fleet. This is probably to reinforce their naval power in preparation for the showdown in Farbanti. We've received intel that the Alicorn will also be joining them.
From which source, Brigadier General? There's a possibility the Alicorn's former crew have been tasked with sabotage.
Your job is to analyze the enemy's weaponry. From now on, speak only when authorized. I don't hear a response.
May I be authorized to speak first, sir?
When we're done, I'll be talking to your superiors. Here's your mission. LRSSG is to raid Anchorhead, carry out airstrikes on Anchor Bay to the north and Dockyuk Bay to the south, inflicting all possible damage. If we can strip the port of its naval functions, we can also prevent the submarine from joining forces.
The area around Anchorhead is Erusian territory. To delay hostile detection, you will sortie in small numbers and make your way in at super low altitudes.
Small sortie. Who's going?
Count, Lanza, Hujan, and Trigger. 4 aircraft from Strider Squadron will be deployed.
Well, all right, I got this.
To cover our lack of numbers, we're giving you plenty of opportunities to resupply. Look here. We've set up multiple return lines. Make full use of them to resupply and change armaments. Also note that the enemy will not be able to mount a defense immediately after detecting it. Use this window to destroy high-threat targets. That should make things much easier for you.
It should also raise the survival rate.
Survival rate, huh?
The element of surprise and resupplying are the key. Beyond that, I just need a couple of pilots who will stick to my orders. We don't need an ace to succeed. Got anything to say? Good.
Brigadier General.
That is all.
David, go on.
Let me share the career of Mateus Torres, captain of the submarine Alicorn. Does anyone know how his people hailed him?
A bit unfair to provide us with next to no hints, don't you think?
Fair enough. The hero of Cumberth Harbor is the answer. He was a captain of the battleship Tanager at the time of the Continental War. It led Aegir Fleet, the Invincible Armada. But when the fleet was destroyed at Cumberth Harbor, so was his ship.
Yet, he's the hero?
He was able to bring most of his crew home with accurate damage control and precise evacuation orders. Then there's the accident with the Alicorn. Many believe that if they stay with him, they'll live. Transfer from surface to underwater is unusual. However, considering his skill and reputation, along with the fact that the Alicorn is no ordinary submarine, it all makes sense.
It'll be a difficult mission to carry out with 4 aircraft. Still, I'd like to add one more to the mission conditions.
What, you want to make it even harder?
I want a 100% survival rate for the sortie. Any other number and the mission will be considered a failure.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP. almost touched the water.
Altitude restriction lifted. Begin up.
The food at this party served buffet style. Pick whatever dish you like before the host mounts a resistance.
Luco, I'll eat their hearts out.
Sorry, Trigger, but the juicy targets are all mine.
Emergency! ETA 2 minutes!
They're already here. Where's the attack coming from?
Nice, Trigger. There's no enemy movement yet. Gobble up all the high-value targets. Forget about your manners.
Never had any of those to begin with.
Had to stay behind last time. This is gonna be a walk in the park. It's a good warm-up to get back in the game. AA defense system was destroyed before it was activated. This will make things easier later.
General Clemens, about 3 strikes. You sure we'll get a positive result this time?
Yes, Lieutenant General Shepard. Operation Dominoes is going as planned.
Lost comms with Aegis vessel Keto. David, we haven't moved yet. No, aren't they?
Strider 1, package away.
Keep bringing them down.
Aegis vessel Velocity destroyed. Nice. Would have been a pain in the ass if it started moving. Get him before they come online. Resistance from enemy air defense is confirmed. Keep on diving. Just don't pay for it. Righto.
Begin firing SAM. Fools. They think they've already won. Now's our chance. Now time for a counterstrike.
I should have brought my air-to-ground missiles.
A bomb would work fine. You wiped them out with one hit.
What's the anti-air weaponry? Vehicle 12 was 10 and is on fire. Shit. Only half our vehicles are working.
30% of the reserve enemy force is destroyed.
Great. Keep it up.
We ain't done eating yet. Ain't that right, Trigger? Should have brought in some
Sir, there's a few of them. They took damage to the port and ship.
Command would accept this report. Do whatever it takes to shoot them down.
Trigger, get on the return line if you need to. There's no need to wait until you've emptied your weapons bay.
Lost contact with the second platoon. They're gone. That means we have less than half our forces left.
From onshore are difficult.
All right. We've wiped out most of their forces in the urban area.
I still see some ships moving. Trigger, let's go for those.
There's no need to go through the whole menu. Focus on the juicier targets. Roger that. Here we go, Trigger. I'm actually getting used to flying like
This is Tucker 04, requesting airstrike on the helicopter carrying our target. Target is Vice Chief of Naval Ops, Rear Admiral Samuel Bryn, sending coordinates.
Confirmed destroyed. All aircraft, we've data linked the intel we received from our recon team. If you have a visual on the target, shoot it down.
Half our ships have either been sunk or stalled. Somebody do something about those bastards up there.
Heavy return fire from moving
Target
ships.
confirmed down. With Samuel Bryn gone, Erusia's naval stratagem will lose its edge.
Lieutenant General Shepard, we have a status report. 50% of the enemy forces have been neutralized. That's mostly the work of 3 strikes. We suggest this operation that doesn't rely on our ace pilots. They're betting on the war. Let's try to convince them that we don't need 3 strikes. Yes, sir.
Radio chatter in that area has quieted down. Try a different location, Trigger. It looks like there are delicacies on other tables as well.
Lanza has the southern port to himself. Don't think he can go it alone.
Trigger, let's go! All hostile ships in the vicinity have been destroyed.
Awesome. Keep it up, Trigger.
That's a shipyard over there.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is Control.
This port is home to multiple enemy fleets. Probably too much for Lanza's poor stomach. Damn straight. Trigger, count. Lend me a hand, will you?
This is Shepard. These 3 strikes is showing a stellar performance. Osea has much needed here. That is the unanimous conclusion of those in this room, Brigadier General. Certainly not the result I predicted.
I'm sorry, sir. Trigger's wiped out the enemy's AA guns. Good. Friendly should have an easier time attacking ground targets. Good. Cruiser Ares has been sunk. Trigger's turned the shipyard into a scrapyard. I call it a ship graveyard, actually.
Half of our surface ships have either been sunk or neutralized.
Losing the fleet is not an option. We can't give the boss and the rest of the conservatives any play. Sir, our ships are operational.
Right time until the rear catches up. Stay back. You're not equipped for air to air. We still got machine guns. Engaging.
Came in for a picnic, found ourselves in a marathon. I thought you said this was going to be a walk in the park? You take walks to, well, walk. But a picnic, you have to eat. You don't have to tell me which you prefer. Locked on! Target acquired. Missile launched.
Launch 2. I'm in position. Keep mine.
Trigger, missile inbound. Target destroyed. Bandits coming from the northwest. They're in large numbers. 8 Su-37s.
Warfighters incoming at super low altitude bearing 015. Capital reported 3 strikes on them. We have no further intel. Sorry, we couldn't protect the fort.
Roger that. Leave the rest to us.
This one's mine.
Ask Squadron. Eagle Squadron. Clear to engage. Behind you. Running out of time. Don't waste it. Lost control. Returning to base. I've heard about you. You always have aircraft problems with three strikes around it. No joke. I lost control. This is Tucker 04 requesting airstrike. Sending coordinates.
Bandit down.
I see 3 strikes. That's why they only sent 4.
Missile is closing. Strider 1, break.
Locked on! Sending target information. Commence anti-air fire. I don't see any missiles in my time.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Ask an Eagle. Be advised. 3 strikes is among the bandits.
Hostile ships approaching from the southeast. It's a large fleet with Aegis vessel Metis and battleship Dysnomia numbering among them.
To fight a pristine fleet? After all that?
Let's do this.
Bridge to CIC. Multiple smoke wounds from the port. If it weren't for the bad weather, we would have been caught there. Prepare for anti-air combat. Arthur drone has reached the target. Captain, we're starting the guided artillery fire drill.
Command duty officer.
What do you think will turn a drill into a real war?
You don't see it, do you?
It's imagination.
So use your imagination, my fellow submariners. A single shell will save 10 million lives.
Begin drill. Ready for anti-air combat. Anti-air combat. Target confirmed down. That was Fleet Commander Gleb Almazov on board. It's gonna take a long time to rebuild the fleet without him.
Good. We've reduced enough of the enemy forces. Job well done.
That prime rib and truffle soup sure were good. But hold on, lunchtime's not over yet. Go grab some desserts. I knew you'd say that.
Missile!
This one's for our brother. Our aircraft destroyed the entire boat. You must be hallucinating.
Hallucination, it's a nightmare!
Strider 1, package away.
Target destroyed.
Enemy's got a lock.
Strider 1, target acquired. Additional UAVs on radar. Pretty shabby for a reinforcement.
Stay sharp. There's something amiss. Strider 1, enemy has a lock.
3 strikes is performing well above our expectations.
You sound downright ecstatic. All right, Trigger, let's go get him.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Warning, incoming high-speed projectile.
Projectile? Terminal guidance! Get away from that UAV!
What do you mean?
Contact imminent.
Salvation! Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is Control...
Impact at the UAV's coordinates.
Shit, I'm hit!
What? What happened?
More on the way.
What in the world?
You alright?
Fire incoming. Distance 50,000. It's adjusting its course.
Trigger, get away from it!
Distance 30,000. Contact imminent.
Trigger, hanging in there?
Picture it. Salvation. The death of a million is a necessity. Analysis shows the projectile was a railgun shell. We're currently determining the launch site.
They're shooting from beyond the horizon. That's why they need the UAV for terminal guidance.
We'll data link the predicted explosion radius from now on.
Damn it. You're telling me to leave my teammates behind?
Illusion, head back. I want that 100% survival rate.
got the rest covered.
I'm counting on you.
All hostile ships in the vicinity have been destroyed. Taking on this much naval power is an astonishing feat. Strider 1, missile launched. Enemy shell detected. 10 seconds to contact. Projectile exploded in the distance. Must be a failsafe.
Bingo. Looks like we found a solution.
All right, all aircraft, follow Trigger's example if you can.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
Maintain course to return for resupply. Target shot down. Strider 1, missile launched. Railgun shell lost its target. Strider 1, missile.
Triggerous, blast abandoned. Tucker 04 to Lancaster. We need you to attack the designated heli.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Stall warning.
Strider 1, missile away. Detecting shell in flight. 10 seconds to contact. Projectile exploded. It's gone.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Target confirmed down. In 10 years, Vice Commander of the 7th Destroyer Squadron, Tom Von Lee, will be in charge of the Erusian Navy. Well, would have been, actually.
Projectile detected. 10 seconds to contact.
Target confirmed down. Captain Alonso Terrigo gone. Aegis vessel Thalassa won't be much of a... Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is Control... With Captain Alonso Terrigo gone, Aegis vessel Thalassa won't be much of a threat. Hostile has a lock!
Strider 1, lock on target. Missile away.
Contact lost. Multiple friendlies.
Behind me?
2 minutes remaining.
That bandit is still on your back! Hostile has a lock! I've got them.
Enemy shell detected. 10 seconds to contact. Target is down.
You hear that missile, Strider 2? You dodged it! There's so little wiggle room.
Missile away.
Hostile eliminated. That's the way to do it.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Enemy has a lock.
UAV is down. Chaffin flares are running low.
Strider 1, evade that missile.
Strider 1, missile launched. Strider 1, bandit destroyed. UAV destroyed. 1 minute remaining. Target still active.
Package check, don't rush
Imagine you're just about to be killed. Why am I going to be killed, you ask? Because they wanted to steal from you, to torment you, to burn you, to cut you apart.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Strider 1, this is Control.
It was for your sins, your actions, and your vengeance. There has to be a reason. 3 Strikes has none of that. I do. Do you see, Command Duty Officer? You don't, do you?
Watch 2!
Missile away. Target is down.
Mission complete. Return to base. Withdraw from the Operation airspace. You completed the mission, but it's not done until you return home.
Arrogant bastard. Stand by. Warning. 2 bogies inbound. Bearing 090. SU-47s.
Stall warning.
Lanza! Missile! Behind you! Lanza! Strider 3 is hit.
Good. Now we have less goons to deal with. Do it, Scream.
That's those damn bats.
Engage to let Strider 3 escape. We're calling off the withdrawal.
Both of you, watch out for their missiles. The missile alert didn't go off in time. Hit me as soon as I heard it.
It may be that the enemy's missiles have stealth capabilities. Their missiles may hit you immediately after your missile alert goes off.
So that's the trick. Calling out to unidentified aircraft. Cease combat immediately and withdraw.
Done. Brigadier General Clemens is radioing enemy aircraft on Ocean channels.
Too late. Trigger's already started. I repeat, withdraw. Don't let anyone think you'll be screwed up. 3 strikes is going down. They're responding. You goddamn idiots.
Call me an idiot again, I'll kill you.
Nicely done.
Missile.
You siblings can go to hell together. Brother and sister?
Let's fight.
Sweet. Damn it. Good, you're on their 6. It's 2 on 2, Trigger. We can't lose.
Sorry, wuss, but you don't count. It's 2 on 1.
Who are you calling a wuss? Jesus. So this is how you fly.
Missile launched. The bats seem to have enhanced their ECM capabilities.
Did it, Trigger?
You idiot! Stay focused! Take down 3 strikes.
Fire again.
I told you not to call me an idiot!
Only 1 left. We run them down together. With the death blow near you, Trigger.
There may only be 1 left. Don't let your guard down.
Let's finish this once and for all, Trigger.
I can't do this alone! You're not smart! You know that?
No need to feel sorry about it, Trigger.
No! I can't do anything! Not on my own! No!
Don't let the enemy's emotions make you lose your cool.
I don't pity you. Not one bit. Girl's gone from crazy to bonkers.
Marker drone down. Railgun shell lost its target.
Just kill me! 3 strikes! 3 strikes!
That's a hit. We got the bat.
Take that, asshole.
Unidentified aircraft. Eject. Eject now.
No! Nobody's going to heaven now. So I'm going to be on my own again and then I'll be waiting for you to do 3 strikes. 3 strikes!
The bat's blip has disappeared from our radar. At that altitude, it likely has crashed.
Serves them right. Yes. The problem has been eliminated.
Meet us at the drop-off point. 3 strikes has removed all straggler illusion forces. That did make for a good sideshow.
I have no doubt that the plan to save 10 million lives will lead Erusia to true victory.
Stop thinking so small. It's salvation on a far grander scale.
almost touched the water.
Altitude restriction lift.
Fusion, no, stop it! Hey, chill.
Fusion, stand down! Sit!
Shit, my cola.
The fleet at Anchorhead was eliminated, and we prevented the submarine from joining forces. The unidentified aircraft were shot down too. The mission was a complete success.
Complete success, my ass!
Brigadier General, it sure seemed to me like the Bats knew you pretty damn well.
You seem to be confused. Report in for a medical check. We'll decide if you're still fit for service based on the examinations.
Cut it!
That's enough! Get the MP!
He's right. Get the MP.
Vice Chairman Edwards of the Joint Chiefs of Staff?
The Alicorn slipped into Anchorhead Bay after the mission was completed, using the confusion for cover. It resupplied quickly and escaped unharmed. Their goal was not to join forces. It was to resupply using the window we created by chasing away the Erusian forces. We did their bidding, albeit unknowingly. But the problem runs deeper than our lack of tactical acumen. Analyst North, explain for us.
Of the crew caught in the submarine accident, 330 men made it back alive. Of them, 300 are still in the sub today. Our intel has led us to believe that some or all of the 30 men who left the sub are now working as agents for the Alicorn. Sabotage, espionage, cyber propaganda, dissemination of false intel. Brigadier General, do you recognize the name Edgar Saxon, or Zool, as he used to go by? He is a former member of the Alicorn's crew, and your source of intel.
You are a fool, Brigadier General Clemens. Not only that, the radio communications during the mission suggest you are a traitor.
Sir, if you check with Lieutenant General Shepard, you'll understand that this is all just a misunderstanding.
The Lieutenant General claims you were responsible for handling all aspects of the mission. Now, let me say that again. Get the MP.
No need for that. Piece of shit.
We've acquired important intel from the mission. For example, the shells from long-range anti-air fire came in on depressed trajectories. Look, the estimated energy output of the railgun is 500 megajoules at least. Fired at minimum energy trajectory, range is over 3,000. They hit a powerful rail cannon aside from their main guns.
It's almost like Stonehenge.
A mobile Stonehenge.
And also, this. The Alicorn was in harbor at Anchorhead for approximately 10 minutes. They couldn't have loaded SLBMs. They loaded something smaller.
Smaller?
What is smaller and yet a powerful weapon?
Tactical nukes.
Close. The answer is tactical nuclear shells.
Nuclear shells?
No way.
Hey, he got that question right.
Nah, I missed the shell part.
Quiet.
They'll likely attack our bases on the East Coast.
Their target's ORED, the Osean capital.
They want a nuclear war?
Here's a question. What's a situation where nuclear deterrence doesn't work?
Quiz guy, I've had enough of this.
Oh, only if terrorists have the nukes.
Correct.
Damn, Scald.
Hey, I'm good at trivia games.
But we're after an Erusian submarine, not terrorists.
No, he's right. HQ tells me Erusia's justification is that the Alicorn mutinied. As such, the Erusian military cannot be held responsible for the submarine's actions.
Damn.
So they intend on dropping a nuke on the Osean capital of ORED.
Here's a question for you, analyst. Just exactly who are we fighting?
Correct term is terrorist, or irregular military, but I have a different name for them. An enemy to be stopped at all costs.
Correct.